Welcome back, my water signs. We're talking about Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. We're doing the readings for the month of October. So let's see what this magical month brings for my water signs. And as always, we're going to start out with a oracle card from Moonology deck. What is the energy that's coming in for the month of October for my water signs? Let's take a look. All right. Believe in the impossible, blue moon. It's a pretty good card to start out with. That's the energy for my water signs coming into the month of October. For those of you who are new to my channel, I ask you to please subscribe and hit the like button. And this is a 5-card placement. Is it 6? Sorry, 6. It's a general reading, so whatever works for you, please take. And whatever you feel doesn't resonate, I suggest you write it down and come back, because I have a feeling, although it might not come at this point in time, it is a message that you will need to hear. All right, let's take a look at our house of interpersonal relationships, okay? This has to do with people, and how you relate to people and your energy with people. All right, so we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. All right, so normally the 10 of Pentacles is an amazing card to receive because it's all about inheritance, it's all about family, it's all about destiny and your descendants and being able to give to them or to be receiving from someone. It's in reverse. So that basically tells us that things are not really happening with the family. You feel there's a stagnation, there's not a give and take, you're not feeling fulfilled from family matters. You feel like you're giving more than you're receiving. That you start questioning, what am I doing all this for? What am I putting so much energy into this? I feel like I'm not getting anything in return. So there's a lack of reciprocity in this. There feels like maybe if your relationship with another individual, that there's a lack of future with this person. You're thinking maybe this is not really going to pay out in the long run. This is going nowhere. So this is the reverse 10 of Pentacles. Okay, it's not so much a negative card, but it's just something to think about, you know. What is it that you're starting to see? What is it that you feel you're not getting, or you're not going to get? That's not going to pay off in the long run. All right, the next house that we're looking at is your house of materialism. As always, this is about work, school, could be your financial matters. This is the concrete resources in your life that you really need to pay attention to. And of course, we have a jumper. Whenever we get a jumper, we read the jumpers because that's Spirit's way of saying, definitely this message you need to hear. And we have the Strength card. Okay. The major arcana are big messages from the universe. They're more of our bigger global spiritual messages as opposed to the minors, which are the day-to-day doldrum kind of messages or events. And the strength cards around your materialist, like this might be a time in October where you got to dig deep, pull from your inner resources, pull from your reservoir just to get through the month. Maybe things might end up a little tight, right? Are you having some issues at work? Are you having issues, finances, paying the bills? This might be a time where you really have to dig deep, pull your bootstraps, tighten your belt, and just kind of hustle to get through the month. The good part is you are more than capable of doing that. You have that inner strength. You have that experience. You have that self-determination where you know how to handle your business. You know how to get through the tough times, okay? You know how to basically squeeze the last ounce out of something, the toothpaste, just to make it to the end. Um, it's a pretty good card to help you get through that month. For some of you, that card can also be a reflection that you are in a very strong position for the month of October. It could finally mean that where you were financially, this month is going to be a little better for you, that you're in a place of strength. Not too much, but you're going to be in a better place than maybe you were last month. All right, my water signs. Okay, let's see. Water signs. Let's see, what is the card for the challenges that are coming up for you during this month of October? Okay, the Devil in reverse. Okay. The Devil in reverse, it's all about breaking bad habits, old habits, addictions, things that no longer serve you, okay? Things that are binding to you, things that you knew really weren't serving you or working for you, but you were having a hard time letting go. Basically, you were being stuck on stupid for so long that it just became part of your norm. And for October, you're finally getting to see like, hey, I got to do something about this, right? So ask yourself, am I becoming too dependent on someone or something? Am I feeling like I'm all tied up and there's no movement in my life? Am I feeling like there's no way out? Am I feeling depressed? Am I feeling stuck in a rut? Because this is the month where you're going to have some strong spiritual assistance in breaking out of those habits and getting out of that depression, getting out of that rut. But you have to do the work, as always. Spirit will tell us what's coming our way, but you have free will and you have to do the work. Nobody can do it for you, right? So that's one of the challenges that you're going to be having. So take stock. Let's see what one of your strengths is. What is your strength for the month of October, my water signs? Okay. Okay, it's a lack of fulfillment. Okay. You feel like you've accomplished a lot, but yet you're not being fulfilled by it. Okay. Why is this a strength? It almost seems like a reverse polarity, but why is it a strength? Well, sometimes when we see things that no longer work for us or we're not getting satisfaction about, it's a good time to reassess our life. So it's a strength because maybe October is the time for you really to do a self-inventory and figure out what isn't working in your life, right? Why, with all these things around me, am I still feeling out of place, okay? I'm not feeling content. These are just things that I've collected in my life, but really are not that meaningful for me. So this is a time for you to ask those questions about yourself. So it is a point of strength, because here's why. Because if by asking, having the strength to ask those questions is going to help you to pull out of this devil card. You see how that's working? That strength is actually going to support you in breaking out of that rut that you were stuck in. Okay? And you're going to have the strength to do it. Yeah. I'm seeing this with the family, so maybe a lot of this has to do with relationships with people, why you're feeling stuck with people and you're not getting, maybe you're not feeling connected with others, maybe you just feel like people don't appreciate you the way you appreciate them. Like I said, you might have a lot. This card can represent a lot of associates and very few friends. Okay. And I'm saying that because when you look at see all these cups, right? It can sometimes like, hey, there's a lot of abundance. I got a lot of friends. Da da da. Really? I don't think so. Maybe these are very superficial friends. Okay, because we're holding them upside down in a reverse polarity. Maybe these are associates and they're not really your friends. Okay, maybe they're just your social media friends. Sometimes we feel because we have thousands of social media fans that we're loved and care about, and they're just social media. They're not real. Okay, at any moment that channel can close down and you lose those thousands of friends. So maybe that's why we're seeing all these together today, because they're giving us a message that we do have the strength to break out of this relationships that no longer are serving us. All right, water signs, let's take a look at message from Spirit. What is Spirit trying to tell us? Okay. Let's take a look at Spirit. What is the message that Spirit is trying to tell us to get us through the rest of the month? Okay, nothing is yet set in stone. Okay. This is really important because, I keep going back to the Stellar card. Because sometimes when we're addicted to something or we feel attached to someone, we feel like we're in for life, or we feel like we can't get out of it. And Spirit is saying nothing yet is set in stone. That means you have free will. You have free will to break out of it and move along anytime you need to. All right? All right, my water signs, have a great October. Happy Halloween. Enjoy all the celebrations of this month. And we will see each other in November. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.